It was my girlfriend's birthday, and I had planned a romantic camping trip in the woods to celebrate. We arrived at the campsite, set up the tent, and prepared the area for our cozy getaway. We started a campfire and enjoyed a quiet and romantic lunch as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow through the trees. As darkness blanketed the forest, we continued our conversation by the crackling fire. The tranquility of the night surrounded us, and a sense of peace settled in. Gradually, a wave of drowsiness washed over us, prompting us to retreat to the safety of our tent for a good night's sleep. But then, in a sudden moment, I awoke to the sound of slow, eerie footsteps outside the tent. They circled around us, growing louder and more menacing with each passing moment. Fear gripped me, and I cautiously nudged my girlfriend, urging her to remain quiet. However, the fright had already taken hold of her, and she struggled to calm her racing heart. With great caution, I stole a glance outside, hoping to catch a glimpse of the intruder. And there, in the dim moonlight, stood a massive man. His appearance was disheveled, and he carried a large, ominous staff. I tried to maintain composure, urging my girlfriend to stay calm so as not to draw attention to ourselves. The minutes stretched into what felt like an eternity as the mysterious man continued to loom outside our tent. Surprisingly, he did not attempt to attack us or force his way in. Instead, he lingered in the vicinity, as if watching us silently. The situation became increasingly unsettling. For nearly an hour, we waited in silence, while the man eventually retreated into the night without causing us harm. Despite his departure, the encounter had left us trembling with fear, transforming our relaxing trip into a haunting experience. Morning finally arrived, and we wasted no time packing up our belongings. We couldn't shake off the eerie encounter, and it cast a shadow over what was meant to be a tranquil adventure. As we left the woods behind, we vowed never to return to that place, forever haunted by the memory of the enigmatic man and the night that turned our trip into a chilling ordeal. Once upon a time, there was a father who decided to take his family on a camping trip to make up for the time he had been preoccupied with work. The family consisted of the father, his wife, their 9-year-old son, and their 5-year-old daughter. They arrived at a beautiful camping spot on a slightly elevated ground next to a serene lake. The family began preparing for a delicious barbecue lunch. After the meal, the father and mother engaged in playful activities with their children, creating a wonderful family atmosphere. As night fell, the family gathered around the campfire to keep warm and roast marshmallows. The mother and the children then retired to their sleeping bags, while the father remained outside for a little while to soak in the ambience. Feeling a slight unease, the father decided it was time to join his family in sleep and let go of his lingering discomfort. He drifted into a peaceful slumber until he was abruptly awakened by a blood-curdling scream. Startled, the father leaped out of bed only to find his wife, who had been the source of the scream, telling him that their son was missing. Panicked, the father hurried outside the cabin, where his wife informed him that she had been searching for their son for quite some time without any luck. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the father decided to check the lake and called out for his son, but there was no response. Frustrated, he agreed with his wife that she would stay with their daughter while he went to search for their missing son. The husband ventured into the forest, anxiously scanning the surroundings. As he walked, he stumbled upon a car parked nearby, which startled him. Cautiously approaching the vehicle, his heart pounding, he discovered his son sleeping inside. Relieved, the father quickly opened the car door to ensure his son's safety. The young boy woke up, slightly confused, and explained to his father that he had gone for a walk nearby. When he found the car, he decided to rest inside for a while. Grateful that his son was unharmed, the father picked him up and headed back to his wife to reassure her. The family was finally reunited, and the father recounted the story of finding their son in the car. Although relieved, they couldn't shake off the sense of unease and wondered how their son ended up there. However, they chose to focus on their togetherness and the fact that their son was safe. The camping trip, initially meant to be a relaxing getaway, had transformed into a mysterious and nerve-wracking experience. As they packed up their belongings and prepared to leave the campsite, the family couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and lingering curiosity about the strange occurrence that had unfolded during their trip. Once upon a time, there were 4 friends, 2 boys and 2 girls, who attended the same high school. It was the end of a long school day, and they decided to venture into the nearby forest for a post-school barbecue. Excitedly, they gathered their supplies and made their way into the woods. As they set up their barbecue spot, the sun began to set, casting long shadows among the trees. The friends laughed and chatted, enjoying the warmth of the fire and the smell of sizzling food. But as darkness enveloped the forest, something strange happened. The 2 girls suddenly vanished, their disappearance shrouded in an eerie mystery. The boys, alarmed and bewildered, immediately started searching for their friends. They called out their names, their voices echoing through the silent woods. Panic started to set in as they realized the girls were nowhere to be found. Just as despair began to creep in, the boys stumbled upon a peculiar and unsettling sight. There, standing before them, was a strange woman of eccentric demeanor. Her appearance was chilling, and her presence sent shivers down their spines. She implored them to leave the forest immediately, her voice laced with an otherworldly urgency. In a state of shock, the boys hesitated, unsure of what to do. But then, amidst the haunting encounter, they heard the faint cries for help from the missing girls. Their fear turned into resolve, and they sprinted towards the girls' desperate pleas. Guided by the girls' cries, the boys discovered them trapped in a cleverly laid trap, designed to ensnare unwary victims. Acting swiftly, they freed the girls from the clutches of the snare, their hearts pounding with relief. With no time to spare, they fled from the forest, running as fast as they could. As they emerged from the haunting woods, the friends found solace in their escape. They huddled together, shaken but grateful for their reunion. The memory of the enigmatic woman and the harrowing experience would forever be etched in their minds, a chilling reminder of the perils that lurk in the darkness. From that day forward, they vowed never to return to that sinister forest, forever haunted by the unknown and the sinister presence that dwelled within. And as they left the woods behind, they carried with them a newfound appreciation for the precious gift of life and the enduring bonds of friendship.